Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Pokemon season of the Digimon TCG Regional from UK Games Expo over here at the NEC in the UK. It's been a fun tournament so far. We just saw a very weird, well, a very long yellow game. Lots of yellow, lots of recovery. We got something a little bit different here. We got a Beelstarmon, which we've not seen on the stream yet so far, against a Mastemon, which we've not seen so far. We are off. So we've got Alex and Gigi. Gigi there on the bottom is playing your... Let's just double check, get this one right. So that is a Mastemon player on the bottom. And then on the top, we got that Beelstarmon. So we are off and rolling. And we got an analog U for Gigi, but did not get a level 3 evolution turn 1, which is a little bit sad. But we do have a missed memory boost coming out here for Alex. So that's going to be nice to get a little bit of extra memory in the future. We've seen a bunch of those cards. It's working out rather nicely. And we got a Gazimon there. Not doing anything yet, but it will do in the future. Now we do see a Gatomon coming down. That is a card we see a lot. Let's look at the top 3 cards of your deck and get a yellow and a purple Digimon of any description, which is a little bit nuts, frankly. That's really good at getting those cards out. And, of course, both players on 3-0. Now, here is an Eismon Scatter Mode. And we see another missed memory boost. So this is going to be super interesting in the future. It's going to give real good options. You know, that missed memory boost at any point can give an extra 2 memory. So Alex has potentially got 4 memory on the board there to use kind of whenever they want to, which is kind of awesome. Also, Eismon Scatter Mode on deletion draws 3 and trashes 2. So there's going to be lots of draw going on here if that Eismon does end up getting deleted. So this is good. Now, Gigi does have a Tapiamon finally Digivolved up. And what are we going for here? So that Tapiamon's there. We got an analog youth just sitting out there, waiting for the future. Might do something fun, you never know. When a level 5 or higher Digimon with Digivolution cards deleted, you can suspend it and then gain a memory and hatch a Digi-Egg if you've got a space to do so. Can be very useful in that regard. So Gigi here then. What's the play? They've got the Gatomon, they've got the Tapiamon ready to come out in the future. Just having a little bit of a think, what's going on? So we see a TK Takaishi. Of course, that's a tamer we've seen coming around in all of these yellow decks. Doesn't mean it's not good here. Of course, you know, these Mastemon decks are proper dual color, yellow and purple. We're not talking about, you know, well, we're not talking about yellow with a bit of purple or purple with a bit of yellow. We are talking about a proper dual color deck. Lots of dual color Digimon. So we do see a Gabumon coming down here for Alex. That's also got draw power on deletion if need be. And we do see an attack with the Eismon Scatter Mode. Actually survives. So not getting that deletion skill yet. But that's kind of cool. Like, either you take out a security or you get a deletion skill. Either way, this is fine. So, see Alex there having a little bit of a think, potentially playing an option card, just thinking about his, you know, forgive the pun, options. And we do see a Ginkakumon coming out here. Don't get the, unfortunately, you know, you don't get all of that lovely evolution skill because you're using it in the raising area. And to be fair, it's a good play skill it's got, so hey-ho. But we see another missed memory boost coming out here. Alex can pop off an extra 6 memory in the future if he wants to. That is absurd. Absolutely absurd. So we do see Tapiamon attacking into here then. It's actually into a Cocytus Breath, which is a very interesting inclusion we see in Alex's deck here. Because, of course, Cocytus Breath is a blue option card. And this isn't a blue deck. But when it comes out of security, that does not matter. Lovely card that returns an opponent's Digimon to its owner's hand. So it's a nice one to come out of the security. And I don't know if we actually see Alex playing any blue Digimon really here at all. So that's kind of nice coming out of the security. So we do see the Ginkakumon promote coming out here. And that's coming out from the breeding area. Now we do see an attack into security. It is a TK Takaishi. So that's going to come into play for free, which is a nice advantage for his opponent. It's got a play skill and it's got rush. So at this stage, it is just an attacking Digimon. Any other uses have gone. So we do see Eismon Scatamode attacking again, and very, very quickly, Alex has gone down to 1 card remaining. We do see a Darkness Wave hitting the field here. This is coming up quick, quite frankly, ladies and gentlemen. This is coming up very quickly. This might not be a particularly long game at this stage. I'm just putting that one out there. This is one that could end up, ending pretty gosh darn quickly. So, yeah. It's a little bit of recovery that Darkness Wave does. So, we do see, looking at all of those cards in the security, of course, BT8 here is a card, you generally want to play it normally. You reduce the cost by 1 for each 7-cost option card and each free Musketeer in your trash. You then get to get a 7-cost option card back and play a 7-cost option card for free. And that's really what you're trying to do here with this BT8 deck. And quite frankly, it seems to be working. 1 security remaining for, Alex to take away here to try and win the game. This is not going to last very long at all. And of course, we did see the fly bullet there, which just deletes any level 6 or lower Digimon. So this BT8 deck is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. Like, we didn't see Ginkakumon Promote come down with the 2 Digimon underneath it. That was about the only way it could possibly have been a little bit better. Otherwise, we are not seeing an even game right now. GG's coming in here at 3-0. As it stands at the moment, very much on the back foot. Has taken out 1 security card, but that really is it. So are we seeing an attack? Yep, Tapimon is going to attack here into a Geralt Swarmer, which is not really what you're looking for. It goes into your hand, but do remember the whole point of these 3 Musketeers is that they are, playing around with these cards. So, yeah. Now, we do see a Magna Rangermon coming down here, which is a rather nice advantage. That does, of course, recover when you play. So it does give security attack +1 as an evolution skill if you've got, plus 4,000 power for every 3 security cards you have. So it does boost up your power a bit. But it does seem to be, to be fair, GG has taken a couple of security cards out, but you see the Eismon Scatter Mode taking out so many security. Finally, we see a Creepamon here. And we see that draw in Demi Meramon. The Eismon Scatter Mode does finally go down, but then we attack with the Beelstarmon to get all the security gone. And Alex is completely running away with this game. We just saw 2 very long yellow-on-yellow games. We are not seeing that this time round. And here we go. We're getting to the tail end of the game. Those delay cards finally come in. We got 4 extra memory being gotten by Alex. We see the Dracmon. That's a very nice card, useful card. That is going to get an option card back. It needs to be an option card of a cost of exactly 1 or 7. But, that's kind of the point here. And this is, so now we see the Kakamon Promote attacks, and that's the game. I'm afraid it really was as quick as that. We had a very, very fast pace of play by Alex. If you want to be avoiding ties, that is the pace to play at. Almost fast enough that we struggled to keep up, if I'm perfectly honest with you. But that was a very nice game, a very well-played game. And that really is all it takes. Do remember that Ginkakumon Promote does have Rush. So if anybody's wondering, hang on a second, how did Alex get that final attack off in that game? It's because Ginkakumon Promote has Rush. You can attack the turn you come into play. Of course, we saw those delay cards being used to give the extra memory. And that's a great use of those delay cards. Because, we see on stuff like Bushy Agamon as well, cards that have Rush tend to be a little bit more expensive, as you would expect. Because you can attack the turn you play, which is not usually the way it is, which means they're particularly powerful cards, which means that you kind of need to make them expensive so they don't just rule the metagame. That's pretty important. But being able to stash those delay cards so early on in the game and then be able to use to pop them off so you can play something like Ginkakumon Promote that does have Rush at the perfect time, absolutely huge. Just great way to go about doing it. And, congratulations to Alex on a very well-played game. And GG, honestly, what could they have done in that game? Like, it was one of those games, you see this sometimes, where you're just under a constant barrage from the first turn. It's those option cards getting rid of your Digimon. You know, one of the things about Beelstarmon is that if you can build up your trash fast enough, Beelstarmon can come in fast. And we see that in this Beelstarmon deck. You see the Gabumon with the inheritable skill, draw 2, then trash a card on deletion. Impmon on deletion, trash the top 3 cards of your deck. And, you know, we saw this with a bunch of other cards. The Eismon Scatter Mode, draw 3, trash 2 on deletion. That builds up your trash really quickly. So you've got all of those 7-cost option cards and those 3 Musketeers, so you can actually play that Beelstarmon so quickly. Now, we do see a Deathclaw coming out nice and quickly. You know, 1 cost, delete one of your Digimon to delete one of your opponent's level 4 or lower. Yeah. Doesn't do a huge amount, if I'm honest with you here. But it does pass a turn to your opponent with exactly 1 memory. So you're not giving them many advantages. You're making them kind of work for it. Now, we do see Lady Devamon coming out here, you know, really paying for that, having to give up a lot of memory to do so. Unfortunately, got a nice Digivolution skill, but it does give all your yellow Digimon retaliation, or at least it would if it wasn't immediately taken out by a fly bullet. So sorry about that. We kind of see everybody, you know, like one action at a time. I'll play this option card. I'll play Lady Devamon. I'll play this option card. Oh, it's my turn again. So Gabumon does attack, actually attacks into an option card. We've got Calling from the Darkness. Goes to your hand as a security card, lets you delete a Digimon to return 2 purple cards from your trash to your hand. Useful for if something like a Beelstarmon actually ends up in the trash, you do need to be able to get it back so that you can play it. So we see a Darkness Wave coming in here, getting a few more cards in the trash. That's always useful. Of course, worth noting, Coctus Breath, not just a good card to come out as a security, it's a 7-cost option card. So even if it doesn't come out as a security, it's still useful because if it's in the trash, it can reduce the cost of your Beelstarmon. You never really want it in hand, but having it in the trash is good, and having it as a security is good. And we see there, it's already gone and hit the trash. So that's kind of useful. And clearly Alex here is trying to build up to that Beelstarmon. That's the whole goal here. Get that one out nice and quickly. So Dracmon comes down onto the Digitama. And already you're just kind of adding it up. How many cards have I got? How useful is it? How far away am I from getting Beelstarmon? And we see a missed memory boost. Trash a couple cards. Draw a card. A second missed memory boost. And of course, we've got an option card in hand. I say we, I mean Alex. Alex has got an option card in hand and get that Beelstarmon back. And Alex's deck is running like an absolute dream at this stage. It is just phenomenal. It's getting all those cards in the trash. It's got all those options. You do see a Creepymon in GG's hand there. It's not a card we always see being played in these Mastemon decks. Some do, some don't. But GG has gone for it here. Be interesting to see if we ever actually see it hit the field. We do have a Lady Devamon, which has gone and hit the field here. And we got a Tapiamon, but that's about all we've actually got here at the moment. So, what have we got? Does Alex have a way to play Beelstarmon? Does he want to play Beelstarmon? It's obviously where the deck is going. So we do see just an attack with Dracmon into a Mastemon. I was going to say, yeah, that should be deleted, right? Should definitely be deleted. Mastemon has a lot more DP than Dracmon does. That one is unfortunately going to go down. We do have the Beelstarmon in hand now. So we're just seeing a missed memory boost being popped to get an extra couple of memory. We do see Beelstarmon coming down here. It's going to put GG onto 2 memory. And there's always a little bit of, question here. Do I want to pop the other memory boost so I can actually play Beelstarmon without ending my turn? But no, I don't. Beelstarmon is fine for now. You know what? I'll be okay next turn. Just use the Fly Bullet for free to take out the Lady Devamon. And right now, got everything he needs. It's all good. It's all tidy. So there's Ginkakumon Promote. That just comes out and Tapiamon attacks security. So we got free security. No, we got free security back for Alex, 4 for GG. So GG is actually ahead in the game. And maybe this is what it's going to take. We see this a lot in Digimon. There's that question of, am I trying to build my board presence, or am I just sacrificing lots of little Digimon to whittle away the security? Well, as it stands at the moment, GG is not having a good time building up a bit of a board presence. So maybe that's the goal. Maybe that's the play. Maybe it is just, you know what? I'll go after the security. It's the best I can do. So there comes the Demi-Meramon into the Gabumon. And then just having a little bit of a think, looking at the trash. We do have Beelstarmon attacking into the trash. It is a memory boost. So that is going to be an advantage to GG down the line, being able to get those memory back. Then we play a Cooling from the Darkness. Lets you delete one of your Digimon, which generally sounds like a bad thing. And, you know, a lot of the time it is. But then you get up to 2 purple Digimon cards from your trash to your hand. So, I mean, look, we know at this stage, Alex, we don't have a perfect look at Alex's trash, but he does. So he knows how easy it's going to be for him to play Beelstarmon. And remember, when you play Beelstarmon, you get that skill to grab a 7-cost option back and play a 7-cost option for free. What that means is that sometimes it's worth, you know, popping your Beelstarmon away so you can bring it back, so you can have that play skill, because it's possible to play Beelstarmon for free if you get enough cards in your trash. It is 12 cost, -1 for each 7 cost option, and each free musketeer in your trash. So if you get enough cards in there, you can be playing this for a crazy cheap cost. And, you know, we've already seen Flybullet come out time and again, just popping off the biggest, baddest, the most annoying Digimon on the field. Now we're playing a couple more Digimon. We've got a Vilemon and a Gazamon coming down. That's due to that Nailbone option card. It's a 7 cost, but again, you can play it for free with Beelstarmon, and lets you play a purple level 3 and a purple level 4 without paying, which is kind of awesome. And at this stage, Alex is really close to winning the game. There might be free security left for each player, but Alex has got at least 3 attacks on board. And remember, we know that there is at least 1 Digimon in the deck with Rush that could be used to end out the game. So with Alex already won game 1, that would be the end of a very different round to the one we saw previously, I think is fair to say. So over to GG. Looks like... What's the play here? A lot of cards in hand, a lot of options. But which is going to get him closer to winning the game? Because even though we're even on security, we are not even on board position here. I think that's a fair statement to make. GG's got, you know, some useful stuff for the future, but it's really not going to do all that much. Now, we do see a Magnarangemon coming down, which is going to recover, but it's one of those, and we did see the Gazamon being taken out, I believe, by the Flame Housewife there. But Alex is still doing his thing, just pops off as... Oh my goodness, it's another Flame Hellscythe, it looks like, with the Beelstarmon, which is going to take out the Vilemon, which is the blocker. So that's not an ideal situation. The Beelstarmon does remain. And then we see a Lady Devamon coming down. Maybe might, you know, stay out for more than that. And of course, you know, Lady Devamon is supposed to be a Digivolving card. It's got a really nice Digivolution skill, trash card in your hand, mill 3 cards on top of your deck, and an angel to your hand, all of that. But at the moment, it's not doing what it's supposed to do. It's being hard casted, and that's not really where you're looking to go with this. Now, GG does at least have a bit of a board presence here, which is nice. I'd say it too much, but we need that Demi-Meramon in the raising area evolved. Now here comes a second Beelstarmon. This is not looking good for GG here. Now we've got Geralt Swarmer here. This is a pretty harsh card, quite frankly, because what this does is it takes out all Digimon cards of a play cost of 7 or less. So yes, it will take out Alex's own card, but it will also wipe the board. And now GG has no Digimon in play. Alex has 2 Beelstarmon in play, and I mean, Alex is again in a situation, attack with the 2 Beelstarmon, take out the security. If he can then go and get something like a rush going on, that would be the end of the game. That would be it. That would literally be the conclusion. So, yeah. That's really what they're going for at this stage. So, how are we looking in terms of... Okay, so we do... So GG's got a Magnarangemon with another recovery, and that's good, right? Getting recovery is good. But we're seeing a little bit of a trend here where GG plays Magna Rangemon and recovers, and then Alex pops off the Magna Rangemon and removes a security card. And all GG's really done is kind of like stood in the way for a minute. Now, we are at 3 security cards each, but it really feels like Alex has just got the better of this game at the moment. Those Beelstarmon are very threatening. Now, Magna Rangemon could then end up evolving, and maybe from that. I mean, we're not seeing anything that huge coming out from GG really at all this game. You know, Creepymon has not been coming out. So that's what we're looking for. Something like an Aphanamon fall down mode, something like a Creepymon, something like a Mastemon. Because it's a Mastemon deck. There's 4 Mastemon in there. We're now 2 games in, and Digimon's deck is just not doing what it's supposed to do. This isn't like those decks we saw before, where it's all hybrid and a little bit recovery. It's not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be a bit more aggressive. It's supposed to do a little bit more. And it's not. It's just not firing like it's supposed to. Beelstarmon takes out 2 security. And now Alex has 1 security left to take. 3 Digimon potentially on the board when you include the Impmon in the raising area. And for Alex here, it's just shoring up your position. Making sure that there's nothing GG can do. Essentially, Alex has 1 security card of wiggle room here. Although we do see... So we see that option card calling for the darkness again. Pops one of their own Beelstarmon. But you've got to think at this stage they're going to be able to play a Beelstarmon, and they are. And there's so many cards they're only actually playing. Oh no! So they're there. They're not only are they able to replace the Beelstarmon immediately, but that Garrosh comes down as a board wipe for GG. And I'm going to have to make the horrible pun. It might be GG at this stage. I think that might just be 1 card too many at this stage. With 3 Digimon on the board for Alex, 1 security card left for GG, nothing on board. Unfortunately, and it's not the Beelstarmon really, themselves. They're doing fine, knocking off those security, but it's playing those 7 cost cards for free every time you play a Beelstarmon at a vastly reduced cost. That is what makes the deck so gosh darn good, and that's why you see them being deleted and then being brought back, because that's the difference in the game right now. That's why GG can't keep anything on the board, because those option cards being played for free are just getting rid of everything. It's either a Geralt Shawarma, or it's a fly bullet every time. And then the one time it didn't actually need to do that, was able to play 2 Digimon for free with Nailbone, because I don't know why not. And if you're GG here, you are really running short of options very, very quickly. So you do have that missed memory boost, so potentially getting some more memory going in the future, which is quite nice. But where's the board presence? Like, we've seen a bit of recovery here and there, but where are those, how are you taking out 3 security cards and then attacking? What card have you got which you're going to realistically be able to bring into play, which is going to start making a difference? We know that Creepymon is great and big and powerful, but it's not got security attack +1, and it doesn't trash security. Now, we do see a Loosemon Chaos mode here, so that's kind of nice. And Loosemon Chaos mode, when it hits the board, that takes out any of your opponent's Digimon, so that's good. That's a big advantage. That's a nice start. Delete one of your opponent's Tamers or level 6 or lower Digimon when you play. So this is a good start. But it's still, oh, wait. So Gatomon comes down. And that's going to go and grab. But then we see Beelstarmon attack, and that is a game for Alex. Unfortunately, that onslaught was just a little bit too much. Alex takes the game 2-0, and this deck of Alex's, I'm going to be honest with you, this looked impressive. That might be the most impressive series we've seen from a deck on the stream in those first 4 rounds. That was quick. That was very quick, very aggressive, very powerful, and it wasn't just taking out the security and bringing out those big Digimon. It was the fact that those 7-cost cards were just constantly able to just thwart anything that the Mastemon deck was doing. The fact that we never saw a Mastemon in the series, we never saw a Creepymon in the series, I think that is pretty telling, and that is essentially how we ended up rolling. Now, we are going to have a little bit of a lunch break now between rounds, so we're going to be gone for a little bit, but in about an hour and a half's time at 2:45 local time in the UK, do feel free to Google that if you need to translate it from your time. We're going to be back. We got 4 more rounds, and look, if this round was this good, Just imagine how good rounds 5 to 8 are going to be. So grab yourself some nice cold beverage. Hey, grab yourself some lunch. But make sure you come back because round 5, I reckon, is going to be a doozy.